He survived Jurassic Park 3 times. But this week, the world said goodbye to Sam Neill. And just 5 days earlier, we lost the voice behind Total Eclipse of the Heart. Welcome to Icons in Ink. Every week, we honor the icons the world has lost, with verified facts, real tributes, and the respect their stories deserve. This week, a Hollywood legend, a pop icon, a United States Senator, and a woman who waited 60 years to touch space. Let's remember them properly. Sam Neill. The world of cinema has lost one of the most respected and beloved actors of his generation. Sir Sam Neill was known to audiences everywhere as Dr. Alan Grant, the rugged paleontologist at the heart of Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, a role he made iconic in 1993 and returned to across 3 decades through Jurassic Park 3 and Jurassic World Dominion. Beyond the dinosaurs, his career was one of remarkable range and quiet excellence. The haunted husband of Jane Campion's The Piano, the chilling lead of Event Horizon, the wine-making curmudgeon of Hunt for the Wilderpeople, and decades of celebrated work across film and television. He had shared in 2023 that he was battling blood cancer, facing it publicly with the wry humor and grace that defined him, often from his beloved New Zealand vineyard, surrounded by his animals. Sir Sam Neill passed away on July 13, 2026 in Sydney at the age of 78. Sam Neill leaves a permanent mark on history as the scientist who taught the world to hold on to its hat when the ground began to shake. A gentleman of the screen whose warmth was never an act. Bonnie Tyler. The world of music has lost one of the most unmistakable voices ever recorded. Bonnie Tyler, born Gaynor Hopkins, a coal miner's daughter from Wales, possessed a husky, storm-swept voice that powered one of the most beloved ballads of all time, Total Eclipse of the Heart. The 1983 smash spent weeks atop the charts and found new life with every generation, famously resurging during every solar eclipse, decades after its release. With It's a Heartache, she had already conquered charts on both sides of the Atlantic, and her career endured for nearly 50 years, including representing the United Kingdom at Eurovision. Bonnie Tyler passed away on July 8, 2026, at the age of 75, of complications from an illness that had required emergency surgery earlier in the year, after which she had been placed in an induced coma from which she could not recover. Bonnie Tyler leaves a permanent mark on history in a voice like no other, and in a song the world will keep turning around to, bright eyes and all, every time the sky goes dark. Lindsey Graham. The world of American politics has lost one of its most prominent and enduring figures. Lindsey Graham served the people of South Carolina and Washington for more than 3 decades, first in the House of Representatives, then across nearly 30 years in the United States Senate. A colonel in the Air Force Reserve and a military lawyer by training, he became one of the Senate's leading voices on national security, foreign policy, and the judiciary, serving as chairman of the Judiciary Committee and playing a central role in confirmation battles and foreign policy debates that shaped a generation of American governance. Senator Lindsey Graham passed away on July 12, 2026 in Washington after a brief illness at the age of 71. Lindsey Graham leaves a permanent mark on history as one of the defining senators of his era, a fixture of American public life whose voice was present in nearly every major national debate for 30 years. Randolph Mantooth. The world of television has lost the face of a profession. Randolph Mantooth was paramedic John Gage on Emergency, the groundbreaking 1970s series that introduced millions of Americans to a brand new idea, the paramedic. His portrayal was so influential that generations of real-life first responders credit the show, and Johnny Gage specifically, with inspiring their careers. And Mantooth spent decades afterward as a devoted advocate and honored friend of the fire and EMS community, speaking at their conferences and championing their cause. Randolph Mantooth passed away on July 10, 2026 in Billings, Montana, after a brief illness at the age of 80. Randolph Mantooth leaves a permanent mark on history that few actors can claim. Somewhere tonight, an ambulance is rolling with the crew inside who chose that life because of him. Wally Funk. The world has lost a pioneer who waited 60 years for her wings and got them. Mary Wallace. Wally Funk was a trailblazing aviator who, in 1961, was one of the Mercury 13, women who passed the same grueling tests as NASA's male astronauts, only to be denied the chance to fly because of their gender. She never stopped flying, a record-setting pilot and the first female air safety investigator for the NTSB. She logged nearly 20,000 hours in the air. And in 2021, at the age of 82, she finally reached space aboard Blue Origin's first crewed flight, becoming, at that moment, the oldest woman ever to leave the Earth. Wally Funk passed away on July 8, 2026, at her home in Grapevine, Texas, at the age of 87, of complications following recent falls and an infection. Wally Funk leaves a permanent mark on history as the woman the space program said no to, who lived long enough and dreamed stubbornly enough to hear yes. Privacy clause. As a reminder, when a cause of death has not been officially confirmed by the family or authorities, we do not report on rumors. Every family has a right to their privacy. Before we close, we remember others the world lost this week. Wai Ching Ho, the beloved actress who brought quiet menace to the Marvel Universe as Madame Gao in Daredevil and Iron Fist, and warmth to films like Turning Red. She died July 10th of a stroke at 82. Oliphant, the Pulitzer Prize-winning political cartoonist whose pen skewered every president from Nixon to Obama across half a century of American newspapers. He died July 13th at his home in Santa Fe at 90. Don Iwerks, the Oscar-winning film technology pioneer and Disney legend, son of Mickey Mouse co-creator of Iwerks, whose innovations helped redefine immersive cinema. He died July 9th, just days before his 97th birthday. Joanna Pettet, the British-born actress of Casino Royale and The Group, a familiar face of 1960s and 70s film and television. She died July 9th at her home in Los Angeles at 83. Peter Van Norden, the prolific character actor and stage veteran, known to comedy fans from Police Academy 2 and The Naked Gun 2.5. He died July 9th at 75. And George E. Johnson Sr., the trailblazing entrepreneur whose Johnson Products became the first Black-owned company traded on a major American stock exchange. He died peacefully at home this month at 99. Each of them leaves a mark of their own, and we honor them here. Leave your own condolences and memories in the comments below to help their stories live on. Subscribe to Icons in Ink to stay up to date on national news deaths and to pay tribute to those who shaped our world.